Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
The country leers yet again at the spectacle that is former FBI Director James Comey, as he is expected to refute President Trump's assertion of events surrounding the Russia-Trump campaign hoax that refuses to die. Were today's proceedings at the Senate Intelligence Committee hearing on the Russia probe involving Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, DNI Director Dan Coates, NSA Director Admiral Michael Rogers, and Acting FBI Director Andrew McCabe, any indication of what we can expect tomorrow?
I'm puzzled by your refusal to answer Senator Heinrich's question about a conversation you may have had with Director Comey. What's the basis of your refusal to answer that question?
Sure. As I stated, I think first, I can't sit here and tell you whether or not that those conversations that you're referring to.
Why not? Do you not remember them?
No, I'm sorry, sir. I don't know whether conversations along the lines that you have described fall within the purview of what the special counsel is now investigating.
Is there some prohibition in the law that I'm not familiar with that you can't discuss an item and that you've been asked directly a question?
It would not be appropriate for me, sir, to discuss issues that are potentially within the purview of the special counsel's investigation.
And that's the basis of your refusal to answer this question?
Yes, sir. And that, and knowing, of course, that Director Comey will be sitting behind this table
it's your
tomorrow.
position that the special counsel is entitled to ask you questions about this, but not an oversight committee of the United States Congress?
It is my position that I have to be particularly careful about not stepping into the special counsel's lane, as they have now been authorized by the Department of Justice.
I don't understand why the special counsel's lane takes precedence over the lane of the United States Congress and an investigative and oversight committee. Can you explain that distinction? Why does the special counsel get deference and not this committee?
Sir, I'd be happy to...
Is there some legal basis for that distinction?
I would be happy to take that matter back to discuss it more fully with my general counsel and with the department, but right now that's the...
On the record, I would like a legal justification for your refusal to answer the question today, because I think it's a straightforward question. Mm-hmm. It's not involving discussions with the president. It's involving discussions with Mr. Comey. So then I'll ask both of you the same question. Why are you not answering these questions? Is there an invocation by the President of the United States of executive privilege? Is there or not?
Not that I'm aware of.
Then why are you not answering our questions?
Because I feel it is inappropriate, Senator.
What you feel isn't relevant, Admiral. What you feel isn't the answer. The answer is, why are you not answering the questions? Is it an invocation of executive privilege? If there is, then let's know about it. If there isn't, answer the questions.
I stand by the comments I've made. I'm not interested in repeating myself, sir. And I don't mean that in a contentious way.
Well, I do mean it in a contentious way. I don't understand why you're not answering our questions. You can't. When you were confirmed before the Armed Services Committee, you took an oath. Do you solemnly swear to give the committee the truth, the full truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. You answered yes to that.
And I've also answered that those conversations were classified, and it is not appropriate in an open forum to discuss those classified conversations.
What is classified about a conversation involving whether or not you should intervene in the FBI investigation?
Sir, I stand by my previous comments.
Mr. Coates, same series of questions. What's the basis for your refusal to answer these questions today?
The basis is what I've previously explained. I do not believe it is appropriate for me to
What's the basis? I'm not satisfied with I do not believe it is appropriate or I do not feel I should answer. I want to understand a legal basis. You swore that oath to tell us the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, and today you are refusing to do so. What is the legal basis for your refusal to testify to this committee?
I'm not sure I have a legal basis, but I'm more than willing to sit before this committee and during its investigative process in a closed session and answer your questions.
Well, we're going to be having a closed session in a few hours. Do you commit to me that you're going to answer these questions in a direct and unencumbered way?
Well, that closed session you're going to have in a few hours involves the staff going over the technicalities of a number of these issues and doesn't involve us. But
is it your testimony that when you are before this committee in a closed session, you will answer these questions directly and unequivocally and without hesitation?
I plan to do that, but I do have to work through the legal counsel at the White House relative to whether or not they're going to exercise executive
I would argue that you have waived executive privilege by, in effect, testifying as to something that didn't happen. And I believe you opened the door to these questions. And it is my belief that you are inappropriately refusing to answer these questions today.
And people don't respect people that have sold out. They respect people that are actually for real. Dr. Corsi.
Well, this is exactly right. I mean, Trump has never been in a game like this before. It's different on Wall Street. It's different in New York. He's built buildings. He's fought the unions. This is the deep state. They'll lie. They'll swear. They'll under oath. Comey will lie. They are lying this morning to the Senate Intelligence Committee. They're begging to be in private, closed testimony where they can, not be held accountable for what they're saying. That's a disgrace. And Trump has got to understand, when the GOP leadership comes and meets with them in the White House, they're going to all nod and smile. They go out of there and they sharpen their knives and they're just as happy to carve Donald Trump up and throw him into the Potomac River. And this is a life and death fight.
Meanwhile, former President Obama fanned the flames of division from an event in Montreal, Canada.
It's been clear for some time that the world is at an inflection point. In an age of instant information, where TV and Twitter can feed us a steady stream of bad news and sometimes fake news, it can seem like the international order that we've created is being constantly tested and that the center may not hold. And in some cases, that leads people to search for certainty and control, and they can call for isolationism or nationalism, or they can suggest rolling back the rights of others, or simply they can try to retreat and suggest that we have no obligations beyond our borders or beyond our communities, beyond our tribe, that what's good for me and my immediate people is all that matters. Everybody else is on their own. Those instincts of retrenchment are understandable. They're tempting during changing times. In periods like this, people looking for control and certainty, it's inevitable. And it's inevitable that our social arrangements and our politics will be disrupted. But it is important to remember that the world has gone through similar moments in the shift from, for example, agriculture to industry. And then, too, there was a temptation to respond to great uncertainty and economic upheaval by falling into the comforts of tribe and extreme nationalism and xenophobia and the politics of us versus them. In creating an international order that was based not just on self-interest, but also on principles. And the United States and Canada helped to lead that effort, cooperating to make the world safer and more secure and a more just and prosperous place. If we begin to question the very real gains that have been made over the last several decades, and we violate our principles because of fear and uncertainty, then we can't expect the progress that is just now taking hold in many places around the world to continue. And instead, we are going to be inviting in those who argue that democracy doesn't work, that restrictions on the press are necessary, and that intolerance and tribalism and organizing ourselves along ethnic lines are the answer to today's challenges.
And on the eve of Comey's testimony, champion race baiter Texas Democratic Representative Al Green is readying articles of impeachment.
This is your day to act. This is your day. I'm speaking to the American people. It is time for you to act. It is time for you to let us know where you stand. I've seen a poll that indicates that a majority now of those who are being polled are for impeachment. And I've seen another poll that says a plurality of those. Whether it's a majority or plurality, let's let the American people weigh in.
Green adding threats to the obstruction of justice that will likely be on full display. Washington, D.C. restaurants are opening early to host viewings of the proceedings. The Comey debacle will begin June 8th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. John Bound for Infowars.com.
Infowars has partnered with Defender Body Armor to bring you a new state-of-the-art line of advanced, highly tested body armor from InfoWarsStore.com. Defender Body Armor is certified to protect against all handgun rounds and even armor-piercing FN 5.7 pistol rounds. The secret to Defender Body Armor is its proprietary processing technology that disperses more kinetic energy at a rate higher than any other traditional body armor, using one of the strongest synthetic materials ever created, called ultra-high molecular weight polyethylene. Defender Armor is also super compact and lightweight. There's a reason the Department of Defense chose Defender to manufacture their new line of advanced lightweight armor. It works. Defender Body Armor is made right here in America and has received the highest level ballistic resistance certification from an authorized NIJ ballistic laboratory. Defender Body Armor is now available through InfoWarsStore.com, so you can defend yourself, your family, and finance the info war against the globalists all at the same time. A total 360 win.